Wagwan. Wagwan, wagwan, wagwan. Coming to y'all live once again with another one. So on this live, I'm gonna be talking about overthinking. And I said overthinking is a sin. Yes. Overthinking is a sin. Why? Because it goes against us. Anything that goes against you, goes against me, is a sin. Because overthinking doesn't work in my favor. Overthinking does not work in my favor. Overthinking actually works against me. Overthinking, having too much thoughts, can give you a headache. Literally. Okay? You can develop a whole headache from thinking too much. You can get anxiety from thinking too much. You can get depression from thinking too much, right? And that comes from worrying. That comes from worrying because when you start worrying, you start thinking so much. All these thoughts are causing you to worry, it's causing stress, okay? That's why it's a sin, because it's causing a disorder within. Because you remember, we have cells, okay? We have over 150 trillion cells. According to Yaki Awakened, we have over 150 trillion cells within this body. And these cells depends on us. We're the governor of our cells. Okay, so our thoughts have a direct connection with how our cells operate, how our cells reproduce. Okay, because our cells are constantly reproducing. So when you're overthinking, you're having these negative thoughts, our cells are reproducing negative cells. Okay, so this is weakening us too. It's making your immune system drop. Like, your immune system is lowered. Like, you're lowering your immune system. You're weakening your immune system when you overthink. Okay, it's causing stress on the cells, and your immune system drops. Okay, and this is why people get sick. When people are stressed all the time, you get sick all the time. Most of the time, a lot of people are getting sick not because of these external circumstances. A lot of people are getting sick because from their mind is making them sick. And this is why it is a sin, because it can create a disorder, it can create disease within the body. When you're overthinking, you're overwhelming yourself. Like, you're literally overwhelming yourself by thinking so much. Okay, this is why it's a sin. Okay, because it's going against you, it's literally hurting you, it's hurting you. This is why it's a sin, because a sin is anything that goes against us, anything that goes against me, anything that goes against you is a sin, and it's hurting you. It's literally creating a imbalance within your body. It's creating an imbalance within your body when you are constantly overthinking. You're constantly worried and stressed and anxiety, worrying about the future, living in the past, and not being in the present moment. We are here to live presently, and this is how our cells within us, they thrive. Okay, when we are in balance and homeostasis, our cells, when they're when they are in harmony, they're at homeostasis. This is when the cells thrive. This actually brings our immune system up. Okay, when we're living presently, this is strengthening our immune system when we're not overthinking. When we overthinking, it's weakening us. Okay, it's literally causing diseases within the body. This is scientifically proven, y'all. You can look this up. Right, we do need to be more mellow, we do need to be more calm. We can't be over here You know what I mean? Always riled up, ready to fight, ready to be angry. You know what I mean? Always living in fear. It doesn't work in our favor. Living in fear and worrying does not work in our favor, y'all. It doesn't. Okay? It actually works against us. So it's very important that we control ourselves and we do what it takes to bring ourselves back in harmony, right? With the universe. We have to do what it takes. We have to fight for us because no one is going to fight for you. No one is going to do this for you. You have to do this for yourself. Okay? You have to learn to calm down. You have to bring yourselves, okay? Learn to bring yourselves back in harmony. Okay, this is a practice that you have to do. You have to really just settle yourself, calm yourself down. You're doing too much, you're thinking too much, and it's only hurting you. It's not hurting anyone else. You're only hurting yourself. Okay, so now that you know, you have to do better. Like, you have to do better. You have to, because your life depends on it. Because guess what? Stress kills. Stress leads to heart attack, stroke. Stress, you can look this up. Stress kills. Stress is killing people, right? Because we're worrying about stuff that we have no business worrying about. In the scriptures, Jesus said this: don't worry. Okay? How many of you can add one hour to your life by worrying? How many of you can add 1 hour to your life by worrying? None of you. None of you. So Jesus is saying to not worry. Don't stress. Don't worry about nothing. Like, just relax. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out in your favor, but you can't worry. Because how can God solve the problem for you if you out here worrying about the problem that God said he's going to serve, that he's going to solve? Come on, think about this now. How can you be out here worried about a problem that God said that he is going to solve? We cannot worry. Matthew 6:25 says, do not worry. Don't worry about your life. Don't worry about clothes. Don't worry about shoes. Don't worry about shelter. Don't worry about your kids. Don't worry about these bills. Don't worry about nothing. For real. So if you constantly worry, it's creating stress, and stress is creating disease, heart disease. The number one killer right now in America is heart disease. Is the leading cause of death right now. Heart disease is the leading cause of death right now, and that's coming from stress. And you're going against yourself. It's a sin. You're going against God's word. You're going against yourself when you worry. It's a sin. Overthinking, stress, these things are sinful. That's why Jesus said, don't do it. Don't stress. Don't worry. Don't you know that I got you? Like, don't you know? That's what Jesus said. Don't you know that you are greater than the animals, than the nature and the trees and the birds of the air? Don't you know that you are much greater than there? So what are you worried about? If I can take care of those, if I can take care of the least, because you are above them, you have dominion over the animals, you have dominion over nature. If I can take care of what's beneath you, what makes you think I'm not going to take care of you? What makes you think that? What makes you think that God is not going to take care of you? Come on now, that's why we can't be out here worried. Because God said not to. That's why I'm not worried. Because God said, don't worry, I got you. You have nothing to worry about. Listen, you have absolutely nothing to worry about, because there is no problem that God cannot fix. There is no problem bigger than the all. Come on now. There is no problem that's bigger than the all. I'm talking about the almighty, the all knowing, the all seeing source, God, Jesus, whoever you want to name this source as. There is no problem that's greater, okay, than God right now. So you let God do it. Let God handle it. Come on now. Those who are weary and burdened, come and I will give thee rest. That's what the scripture says. Those who are weary and burdened, come and I will give thee rest. I will give thee rest. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. Right? Isn't that what the scriptures is saying? My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So you don't have to worry. You cannot worry over things you cannot control. It's out of your control. It's literally out of your control. You're not a part of this, as in, you know what I mean? This whole. You're part of this whole, but you're not part of this problem, right? God is going to fix and handle that problem. You can't create. God created. You yourself cannot create anything. It's already created and made for you. Like, we're just recreating what's already been made already. You're not creating anything. It's already been created. Like, everything's already made. When you came here, this whole thing was already made, right? When you came here, you saw trees, you saw birds, you saw animals, you saw everything was already here, right? You didn't create anything, right? It's already here, made for you. And that's what God is saying. I've prepared a table for you already. I prepared a mansion for you already. Thank you for the love, one love. God is like, I already prepared everything for you. Everything here is yours. You don't have to worry because everything here is already prepared for you. And you don't have to worry about it. You don't worry about something that God already have for you. You don't have to worry about that. It's like you come up upon this inheritance, right? Let's say you inherited $1 million. Let's say you inherited $1 million from a past family member. Okay, it's already yours. That $1 million is already yours. All you have to do is to go and sign the check. All you got to go and do is go into the office, meet with a lawyer, and sign the check. And that $1 million is yours, right? That $1 million is yours. All you got to do is show up. All you have to do is show up. It's already yours. Okay? That's how we are when it comes to this kingdom. Everything is already ours. All we have to do is show up. All we got to do is follow instructions. Because, okay, let's say the lawyer call you. Okay, so you just inherited $1 million and the lawyer just called you. Okay, the lawyer is going to give you directions on how to get to the office so you can pick up your check. Okay, the Bible, these scriptures, these wisdom, these ancestors' knowledge, their instructions on how to get there. Their instructions. They're going to give you, we're getting instructions. So in the word of God is instructing us and how we can claim our inheritance. How do you claim your inheritance? Don't worry. Stop overthinking. Okay? Stop overthinking. There are universal laws. God's laws. It's telling us what to do to claim it. It's already ours. But we have to put in the work because guess what? Faith without works is dead. Mhm. Faith without works is dead. Okay? So you can't, there's no getting around this. Okay, if you inherited $1 million, there's no, it's not, the check is not going to come to you. You got to go to the check. You have to literally go. You have to get up and follow directions and go. Yes, that's how it works. That's how it works. There's no other way around this, you know. There's no other way around. You can try other way around, but guess what? You're not going to get there. You have to follow precise instructions. Follow. What's going on, Paulina? Follow precise instructions, and this is how you're going to inherit the kingdom. Okay, that's how you're going to inherit this kingdom. You have to learn how to follow directions. Yes, learn how to follow directions, and this is how you will inherit, right? You can't sit there and be lazy and expect the check to come to you. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't, and you can't worry about it. If someone called you and said you just inherited $1 million, are you gonna worry? You're just gonna go and show up. You're just gonna go there, follow directions. You're gonna go. You're not gonna worry about how you're gonna get there. You're not gonna worry. Okay, let me see. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't know. No, you're just gonna go. Like, okay, directions. Let me know how to get there the fastest, and you're gonna look for the fastest way possible to get there. That's another thing too. You're gonna look for the fastest way possible to get to that $1 million inheritance, and you're not gonna worry about how you're gonna get there. It's the same thing with us and God in this kingdom. Don't worry about how you're gonna get there. You don't worry. You just show up. Like I said, you just show up. Okay. Don't worry. Don't overthink. The directions, the instructions have already been given to you. It's literally laid out. The directions is already laid out. It's already there. All the instructions is there. All you gotta do is follow directions without overthinking, without doubt, without fear, without worry, without those things, and just go. And watch how you get there. Watch how fast you get there. Watch how easy and smoother it is to get there. Because it's really not that complicated. We're just making things complicated. It's not that complicated. The directions is straightforward. Literally, it's a straight, narrow path. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not all over the place. It's literally straight, direct. It's direct instructions. And you know what I mean? It's a straight, a narrow path. And all you got to do is stay on the path, stay on course, remain on the path, and you're going to get there. It's that simple. Life can be so simple. It is us who just makes life so complicated. We just want to go around. We want to go all around in circle, 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 circle before we get to where we need to be. That's what it is. A lot of us, you know how many circles and twists and turns that we had to do before we get to exactly where we're supposed to be. A lot of us do that. Why? And that's where the overthinking coming about. That's where the overthinking is coming in. We're just overthinking, circle, circle, going around in circles, and then boom. Okay, let me go. No, we got to stop that. We got to get out of that loop, because it's a loop. It's a cycle. That overthinking is a cycle. It's a generational curse that we see our parents do. We see our ancestors do. We see them overthinking, worry, worry, worry. It's a cycle. It's a spell. It's a spell, it's a curse. So we got to get out of that loop. We got to do things differently. They did it this way. We don't have to do the same way they did it. We respect, we honor our ancestors, but we don't have to do it that way, because we saw what it did for them. We saw what stress did for our ancestors. We saw what worrying and overthinking did for them. We saw that. So we now, as the new conscious being, we got to do things differently so we can experience a different result. We have to do things differently so we can experience a different result. Okay, if your ancestors, the people before you, all they did was worry, worry, stress, overwork, overthinking, and that actually led to their early demise, right? We got to come in and watch that as a guide and say, you know what, I can't do it that way. I can't be out here stressing. I can develop a heart disease. I can develop a stroke. That could lead me I can end up, in the grave. So I gotta practice some mindfulness. I gotta practice meditation. I gotta practice things that they didn't practice. I gotta do things that they didn't do. Yeah, that's all. And that this is how we break that generational curse, because now you're gonna help your next bloodline. Your next generation will be helped because you're not doing things the way the others did it. You're doing things differently because you want to experience different for your generation, for your bloodline, for your next bloodline. You want to experience different. You don't want them to go through that. Our parents, even though they stressed, even though they worried, even though they went through that, that's not what they wanted for us. That's not what they wanted. They did that just so that we won't have to. They really did. They put in that work. They went through all that stress. They went through all of that so that we won't have to. They really did. This is why we honor them, because I know my mother, I know my father, my stepfather, the people that was in my life that helped with my growth, that helped raise me. I know that they sacrificed a lot. I know that they sacrificed a lot just so that I don't have to do all of that stressing and worrying like they did, just so I don't have to follow in their footsteps. They really did this so we don't have to follow in that footsteps. They didn't want us to do all this overworking, stressing, working 2, 3 jobs just to pay the bills. That's why they said, you know what? There's an easier route. If you get an education, if you go to school, you don't have to do all this worrying, stressing, because you can just present this degree somewhere and you can get a job, and you don't have to work the 12 hours in 2 jobs just like I did. You can probably just work one job, and that one job will pay all your bills or more. They did the best they could with what they had. They really did. They did the best they could with what they had. But we now, the next generation, we wanted to do other stuff. We wanted to get into other stuff, wanted to do more complicated stuff and not follow their orders, their instructions, right? That's what we end up just like them. We end up stressed just like them. Now we working 2 jobs. Now we got to work 3 jobs. Now we got to do overtime. Now we got to do all of this stuff that they was trying to avoid. They wanted us to avoid that. Now we have to do all of that, and we really don't, right? We didn't have to. We didn't. Right. So we got to do it differently. We have to. We got to watch what they did, and we have to do it differently as the next generation, the coming generations, so we can break this cycle. And this is a time, this is a season for that to happen right now. As you see it worldwide, people are waking up. People are doing things differently now. Look at Africa, what's happening. Africa been colonized from how long? And Africa is like waking up now and fighting against the oppression, fighting against the colonizers, because their mind is waking up. They can't do stuff the way their ancestors did it, you know. They're not doing it that way. They're doing it different now. Look at the president Traore in Burkina Faso. Look at President Traore in Burkina Faso. He's not doing what these other leaders did. They were sellouts, right? They were sellouts. Yes, they were bribed. They were taking bribes. So he's not doing it that way. They sold the line. They sold the land. They sold out their people. They exploited their people, the previous leaders. So he's not doing the way they did it. He's doing it a different way. He watched what they did, watched their mistakes, and say, you know what? I'm not gonna make the same mistakes that they did. I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna be for the people and not against the people. I'm gonna be for the people. I'm gonna invest back into my people. That's what he's doing. Let me take this resources, our own resources that came from our land, and I'm going to invest it into our people. Yes, exactly. That's what we're supposed to do. We're here to make things better for the next generation. We put in all that hard work. We put in all that dedication to build a foundation for the next generation, so it will be easier for the next generation. We're not here to make it harder for the next generation. We're here to do it so that the next generation can come into a smooth, they can come into a smooth transition. They can transition smoothly into the next generation. For real. Smoothly. A smooth transition is how it's supposed to be. Yes, because that's what works. That is what works for us, and that's what will continue to work. It will continue to work that way. Yes. Mm-hmm. It will continue to work that way. Smooth transition. Yes. We putting in our work now. We laying the foundation now so that the transition could be smooth for the next. To keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Put in the work now, because we can't just think about ourselves. We got to think about the whole. You got to think about the whole. Because when we make a change, when we start thinking different, when we start doing different, when we start doing better, guess what? The whole will be affected. The whole will start doing better and start thinking better. But it starts with us first. It starts with us first. It does. It starts within first. You got to do that first within yourself. That's how you make the world a better place. That's how you make the world a better place. Yes, it starts with you. It starts with you. You got to do that inner work first within yourself. You got to know that you're worthy too. You're worthy. You're worthy of living a happy, fruitful, self-sufficient life. You're worthy of living like that. You're worthy of this queendom, this kingdom, this royalty. You're worthy of it. Right? You got to know that. You have to believe that within yourself, that you are worthy of this. You're worthy of happiness. That's your birthright. That's your divine birthright. Your divine birthright is to be happy. It's your divine birthright. Okay? It's to live in tune with everything. It's to live in harmony with the all. That's your divine birthright. You have to know but you have to believe that you deserve better. You deserve the best. You don't deserve the overthinking, the stress, the anxiety, the depression. That's not what you deserve. That's why you're feeling overwhelmed, because you don't deserve it. That's why it's working against you, because you don't deserve it. Okay, but if you get aligned with what you deserve, you will feel better. If you get in tune with what you actually deserve, you will feel so much better because that's what you deserve. That's your birthright. Your birthright is to live free. That's your birthright. Your basic needs is your birthright. Stuff that you don't have to pay for. You shouldn't have to pay for food. We shouldn't have to pay for water. We shouldn't have to pay for shelter. We shouldn't have to pay for clothes. That's our divine birthright. Abundance. Abundance is our divine birthright. We can take it even further. Abundance. That's everything here. Abundance is my divine birthright. But you have to really know that you deserve abundance. You deserve all of the happiness, all of the everything that's out there for you, that's pure and good for you. You deserve it. Yes. And don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for putting yourself first. Don't feel bad for acknowledging that you deserve better. Don't feel bad for that because that's your divine birthright. You can't go against yourself. You cannot go against yourself. Because if you go against yourself, you're going against God because God said you deserve all of this. God said you have dominion over all of this. So don't go against yourself. Don't go against God when God is like, this is yours. It's yours. Happiness is yours. Peace is yours. Tranquility, peace, happiness, joy is yours. That's what God said is yours. You deserve it. Why is it yours? Because you deserve it. That's why it's yours, because you deserve it. And you shouldn't have to be stressed and worry about it. You can't be stressed and worry about things that's already yours. It's already yours. So don't worry, don't stress. Be at peace. Be at peace. That's what Jesus said. Isn't that what God said? Peace, be still, okay? Peace, 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 be still. That's where God is, in peace, in stillness. Come on now. Peace, be still. Peace be still don't mean not doing nothing. Peace be still don't mean just not doing nothing. Peace be still just means stop worrying, stop stressing, do what you need to do without worrying, go where you need to go without worrying, right? Without worry, without stressing, without overthinking. But be at peace with whatever you're doing. Be at peace with it. But if you're doing something and you're not at peace with it, you don't need to be doing it. You don't need to be doing it. You don't need to be doing it. Okay? If that job is not, if you're not at peace on that job, you don't need to be doing it because why? Eventually, it can get stress, you can get a heart attack, you can get stroke, you can die. A lot of people died on the job. I know someone whose mother died on the job or died on the way to work because they were not at peace with what they were doing. Greetings, hey! What go on, sis? What go on? They were not at peace with what they were doing. So it caused stress. It caused stress. And eventually it took them out. That's why I'm saying we have to be careful. If you're not at peace with it, it's not for you. That's all it is. It's going against you. But if you're at peace with what you're doing, by all means, do it. Get there. But make sure you're at peace with it. Make sure you're at peace with it. You have to be at peace with it. There's some people who's working a job and they love it. They're at peace with it. That's why they're still here and thriving and happy. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. If you're at peace, if it's bringing fulfillment, because there are some jobs that brings fulfillment, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's people who are nurses and doctors, but that brings them fulfillment. They're at peace with it because they're feeling like they're saving lives. They're saving lives. So that's a fulfilling feeling. And this is not going to bring on stress. It's not causing them stress. Right? It's a balance here. It's a balance here. Just be at peace with what you're doing. Like I said, if it's causing stress, you gotta choose what's best for you. Just choose. Choose this day who you will serve. Choose what's best for you. If this is best for me, okay, I'm gonna choose that. This is best for me. This works for me. So I'm gonna do what works for me because it's bringing me peace. It's bringing fulfillment. You know what I mean? It's helping me thrive. I'm thriving here. This is what works for me. Over here, right? If it's causing stress, anxiety, depression, right? It's not bringing fulfillment. I don't feel like I'm in my purpose doing this. On this side, you get to choose. You can choose whichever side, but know that one side works against you and one side works for you. One side brings life and one side brings death. That's all. But you have the free will to choose. We all have the free will to choose. We're all choosing what works best for us, right? That's what we're doing. That's what everyone is doing. And we can't judge people for choosing what works best for them. If this is what makes someone's happy, if this is what makes this person happy, who am I to judge? We're not supposed to judge anyways. We're not supposed to judge anything. We're not supposed to judge anyone. That's what God said, right? That's what the universal law said. You're not supposed to judge anyone, because the same measure of judgment, the same measure of judgment you judge others, is the same measure of judgment is coming at you. You're being judged the same way. So if that's what makes someone happy, who am I to judge? Okay, we can't judge people if that's what's making them happy. If they're happy, then let people be happy if they're happy. Come on, let people stay at peace and be at peace if that's what's making them happy. And don't judge them. We be out here judging people for their sexual orientation, judging people for their jobs, judging people for what they're wearing, judging people for their skin color, judging people for their hair. We just be out here just judging people. And we find the simplest physical things to judge people. We really do. We find things that we can just come up with to judge them, you know? And that's not the way. That's not the way. It's really not. Come on, we can't judge people just from these physical things like that. It don't even matter. And that's the thing too. We're judging people for things that don't even matter. As long as your happiness matters. Someone's happiness matters over the physical things. You know, and if the physical things is what's make them happy, who am I to judge them too? If you're happy with that, then by all means, if you're happy with that. But if if I'm not happy with that, you know what I mean, then by all means, you know, I can't be judged because I'm happy with what I have. Like, some people are just happy with what they have, and that's it. That's all. That's what it is. We got, like I said, we got to do what's best for us. Thank you for the love. We got to do what's best for us. We really do. We absolutely do. We have to do what works for us. What works for us, not what works against us. Because I'm telling you, I'm one of those people, when I start a job, and if I see this job is starting to cause me stress, oh, I'm the first to leave. I don't care how long I've been on the job. I don't care how much money the job is paying me. I don't care if the job paid me $3,000 a week. I had a job that was paying me $4,000 a week. But once the stress start hitting me and I start feeling stress, anxiety, oh, I was like, okay, I got to go. Ain't no amount of money in the world that can keep me on a job that's causing me stress. And I was making good money. I was not making no little money. I was making good money. But I started to get stressed. It started to tear my body down. It started to wear my ass out. I was drained. It showed in my face. It showed in my attitude. It showed in my blood pressure too, because my blood pressure was through the roof. What going? My blood pressure was through the roof. We can't choose money over our well-being now. We can't do that. That's a colonizer mindset too. They focus on the money. That's what they focus on, even if it's stressful. That's what they didn't care that we had to work for free. They put us in the field so we can work for free. They put us in fields just so we can make them money. They didn't care about our well-being. How many people died over, and it's still dying today over money. For real. For real. So we gotta guard your health. Guard your health. Your health is your wealth. Guard yourself. Guard yourself. Choose what brings peace. Choose what brings peace. Okay, my family is here, and I gotta go. I did a good 35 minutes live. I'll be back. One love.